I probably broke a Texas record for most enemies made in 1 week when I shut off water to 342 homes in the middle of a July heat wave. But before you judge me, just know this. They built a pipeline straight through my land without asking. And if you're wondering who had the audacity to greenlight that, her name's Karen Bloomfield, and she runs an HOA like it's a private kingdom. So while she stood on my porch with her $400 0 cents highlights melting in the sun, shrieking about community devastation, I took a long sip of iced tea and smiled. Because trust me, this story doesn't start with water. It starts with a funeral. 3 months earlier, I was living in San Diego working 70-hour weeks at a logistics software company where the most dangerous thing I encountered was a passive-aggressive Slack message. I hadn't thought about the Turner Ranch in years, 15 acres of red dirt stubbornness on the edge of Willow County, Texas, until my phone rang. It was my cousin Marla. "Frank," she said, her voice tight. "It's your dad. Heart attack." The funeral was a blur. Too many suits, too many casseroles, and too many well-meaning people. I barely remembered hugging me like they knew my middle name. But the land, the ranch, the view of that winding creek just behind the barn, that part felt real, tangible. Like my father had left behind something heavier than just a house, something that whispered, "Don't let them take this from you." At the reading of the will, I learned I was the sole heir. No mortgage, no partners, no liens, just me. A 2-story weathered house, a rusty tractor, and more scrub brush than I knew what to do with. I told myself I'd stay a few weeks, help my mom settle things, maybe sell the land, get back to California before my inbox needed life support. That plan lasted exactly 10 days. On the 10th evening, we sat on the porch as the sun smeared orange across the sky. My mom, Maggie, held her iced tea like it anchored her to earth. "Your daddy always said this land would wait for you," she murmured. "Said one day you'd be tired of chasing other people's clocks." I didn't answer right away. The only thing more stubborn than a Texas oak is a Turner, and I guess I got that gene from both sides, that I heard the way she said it like a hope she hadn't dared voice until now. So I stayed. Started learning the rhythms of ranch life. Fixing fences, cleaning out the barn, pretending I knew how to work the well pump. And that's when the trouble found me. It started with a glossy envelope in the mailbox, embossed lettering, fake warm font, and a little golden seal at the corner. "Clear Creek Estates invites you to a community welcome reception." I remember raising an eyebrow. I didn't know I'd joined a community. Turns out I hadn't, but that didn't stop them. "They built that development 5 years ago," Mom explained, her face tight. "Your father never liked them, kept trying to push them to sell. He said no. They stopped asking, started sending threats instead. I should have thrown the invitation in the trash. Should have listened to the tiny voice in my head that said, 'They don't want to welcome you. They want to size you up.' But I went anyway. Out of politeness, out of curiosity, out of sheer stupidity. The Clear Creek Community Center looked like a wedding venue and smelled like lemon-scented ambition. Floor-to-ceiling windows, air conditioning you could hang meat in, and a reception table stacked with wine and brochures. The first person to greet me was her, Karen Bloomfield, mid-50s, immaculate bob haircut, manicured fingers that looked like they'd never touched a garden hose. "Frank Turner," she said, extending a hand like she was presenting a trophy. "We're just thrilled to have you here. Your father was quite the character." The way she said character